This session is labeled session 10.5 in that it happens between sessions 10 and 11. It will not be uploaded until the events of this session are revealed to the rest of the group. So until then, it will remain a secret. So, Dav, what are you doing immediately after the bar fight gets over and the crowd clears up?
Well, I kind of just follow Gawk to their tavern, and then I just go to mine.
Go to your room?
Yeah, go to my room.
Alrighty. I would be checking your passive perception against the stealth check. Alright. In what feels like the morning, you wake up with a splitting headache. You find yourself tied to a chair in a room unknown to.
This is good morning. Yeah, I'm gonna die, aren't I?
Yes, I'm gonna kill you off between sessions.
I mean, that'd be kind of hard to explain.
Sorry, guys. Dav died. No,
that'd be the greatest thing.
This
and
session
we wouldn't have to explain anything because my character would have been dead.
No explanation. He's just dead. This session
honestly, I kind of want to die. I kind of want to die just for this scenario to happen because it'd be funny.
This session, or this mini session, may seem a bit more railroady than the others, but that's sort of because I'm trying to get a specific goal and don't want you to die for what should be obvious reasons.
Yeah, I mean, like, as funny as it would be.
That would be the most hilarious. You come in next week with like a new rolled character.
It's like, sorry guys.
Alright, anywho, I gotta get back into like a serious vibe. Alright, so you find yourself tied to a chair in an unknown room at a unknown hour. There aren't exactly any windows showing out. In the room, looking around, you can see what looks like a workbench of sorts behind you. It has some magical looking stuff carved into it. A few other chairs in the corner, and a small weapons rack over in a different corner.
Okay, and there's nobody there?
No one's in the room with you.
And my hands are tied behind my back?
Your hands are tied, to the arms of the chair. It's it's a wooden chair.
And there's nothing within reach of my hands?
Nothing within reach, no. The chair
Where's
also
my stuff?
appears...
Like, my stuff isn't there?
Yeah, you don't have any weapons or armor type stuff on. It's just, the clothes you went to sleep in there.
I'm gonna try to break out just by pure strength.
I
don't wanna... Yeah.
Straining against the ropes, you seem to be able to snap the ropes or break the chair in any way.
Okay, then I sit there until something happens.
Alright, about 10 minutes later, a group of thug-looking characters wearing some common clothes comes into the room.
Do I recognize them?
You don't recognize them in particular, but you do recognize their knives, which are ones commonly distributed to the gang that you used to work with back before you met the adventuring party.
Yeah. Have we came up with a name of this gang yet?
No, we have not.
Okay, figure that out in the future.
I figure I can just word it in a specific way that it won't sound like we don't actually have a name.
Okay, just was wondering.
Are you outwardly awake?
Yes.
Well, look who just woke up. Have a nice sleep there, princess.
I spit at the ground in his direction.
Hey, we don't want to dose you again, but we figure the boss would like to have a few words.
I remain silent.
You see, he doesn't like it when people leave, and he especially doesn't like it when people say they're gonna kill him and take over. You understand where he's coming from, don't you? It's pretty simple insight.
I am proficient in insight.
Do you say that?
No. I actually have expertise in insight.
Better.
No, that's too much metagame. I can't say that.
Still remaining silent?
Yeah.
So, we thought we'd bring you to him as a sort of present. Maybe try and get a promotion out of it? Well, of course, we need to wrap the present first, and then he punches you in the face.
Oh, Do I need to roll anything, or is he just knocking me out because I can't move, so does he knock me out?
It doesn't knock you out. It's just painful.
Oh, that sucks.
Then he takes out his knife. It's a knife made of dark metal with a serrated edge. So possibly we'll send your fingers all in different packages. He's out of town right now, but he's getting back in 6 days. And then he pats you on the cheek and says, "I'm sure you'll last that long in here." Then he punches you again.
I say, you're really a big man for just punching me while I'm tied up. A real assassin would really take the challenge of fighting me with no ropes, no whatever. You know what I mean? I'm trying to say that kind of stuff.
Alright, he puts his hand under your chin and sort of lifts your head up so you're looking in his eye. Tells you, gets real close to you and says, "A real assassin takes every advantage."
Touché.
Alright, you're able to hear some footsteps coming up from behind you. You're not quite sure that there was even a door behind you or anything.
How high is the back of my chair?
Back of your chair goes up to about your shoulders.
So I could turn around and see this, right?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
You gonna do that?
Yeah.
Just look away from him.
What's behind me?
Alrighty. Behind you don't see any type of door or anything. Although you do notice the noise is coming from what seems to be a sort of vent to the outside.
Okay.
Looking around you realize that this building must be adjacent to an alleyway, although it can't be near the center of town since there's so little noise outside.
But it's nighttime.
It is nighttime, yes. Okay. But even so, it's quiet in comparison to where the more populated areas be. And I'm having a bit of trouble because I'm thinking up all the thug speech on the spot. Now, we wouldn't want you to escape or anything, so we're gonna go ahead and remove this weapon rack from the room, of course. Basic caution. Otherwise, if you have any questions, we can just, let you sit here for a while. If you think of anything, we'll be back tomorrow about this time.
Wait, why do you follow Blade? Why do you follow him?
We get a certain number of benefits, especially in the higher ranks.
Well, you are aware of what my intentions are, and he has treated us all with unpleasant ways, and I don't believe his ruling is the greatest out there. So if you let me go, I can make it worth your while in the future when I'm in control of this. Yes, I'm proficient.
Alrighty. Persuasion views a +5. He looks at you with a quizzical look, says, the boss does have certain benefits. You don't exactly seem to have a method to your madness, whereas he has a thriving community of he has a thriving community of associates.
And when I'm in charge, we'll grow much larger than what we are now, and we'll rule the city. Everything will have to go through us.
We already rule the city. We could put your body out in the middle of town square and there wouldn't even be an investigation.
More so than now. And eventually even to the cities around it.
More so, huh? How much more so we talking?
I plan on putting individuals in charge of cities, Scornable, Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, yes. And just have a division of our gang ruling throughout the country, and I will be in charge. And people like you, if you help me take down Blade, will have a very important position in this. And if you don't help me take down Blade, you'll be dead meat.
Okay, you are.
I think I'm proficient in like all charismatic roles, charisma roles.
Yeah, I was rolling for perception. While you're giving your speech, you notice a set of footsteps. Sounds like from multiple people. Sort of just stops right outside of the grate. The guard says to you, "I think your eyes are acting bigger than your stomach. No way you could get control over that many locations."
Oh, I can. Those associates I were working with earlier, the one that actually befallen one of your comrades, he's with me. He's one of the first ones I've found that's going to help me overthrow Blade.
The half-orc?
And the human.
I saw the way that human tiptoed around the fight.
Oh, he's
good for it.
He's much more violent when he needs to be. He just doesn't support recklessness.
He's another good for everything.
Not
he
necessarily.
wouldn't support your business.
He puts on a good face.
You hear a very faint click behind you.
I look at it. I look at the vent.
It appears to be a sort of wooden grate. You can see a shadow covering what used to not be covered by a shadow. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you.
What's going on outside?
What do you mean? There's nothing going on out. And then you hear the release of a crossbow, and a bolt shoots into the chest of one of the other men in the room. They all immediately draw their weapons. Being that there's not much they can do against a target firing through a wooden grate, though, they two of them get taken down while the other three escape through the door.
I say to myself, so much for running the town. Who goes there?
You hear some chattering that sounds almost like a different language. Then,
is it not a language I know?
It is not a language you know.
Okay. I was thinking it might be Thieves' Cant.
The important thing about Thieves' Cant is,
or not Thieves' Cant. It's a hidden thing. I meant Undercommon.
Okay. No.
Because I am
the important thing about Thieves' Cant is it's actually common, but it's using keywords so you can talk about crime in broad daylight.
I did mean Thieves' Cant.
Okay.
I meant Undercommon. Sorry.
I actually looked up Thieves' Cant, found dictionary for it.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. They have like keywords to get someone's attention, euphemisms for stuff, that sort of thing. Then you hear a voice, sounds like it's coming from a dwarf, says, look straight forward if you will.
I do that because I really can't do anything else.
Looking straight forward, you can see on the dead bodies there's some sort of red liquid that isn't blood on the crossbow bolts. And then you hear a crash behind you as the grate gets kicked in. Alright. You against Blade's gang?
I seek to overthrow them, yes.
Alright, then you're fine by me. Your hands get cut free. There are a dwarf and a tiefling in the room with you now.
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of looking around. They take their crossbow bolt, put them back in some cases. Alright, you're gonna be, says the dwarf, you're gonna be free to go from here, but if you'd like, we're gonna perform a small search of the premises. Do you have any specific information on this gang that could be helpful?
They have knives with serrated edges. I think you know that, though.
That we do?
Yeah. I used to be a part of them.
Alright.
That's pretty much all I can tell you. That might be all I know, but that's not me saying that.
That's out of character, you.
Yeah, that's out of character right there.
Alright then. We're gonna make a full locational scan of premises. Just let my throat's drying out. If you happen to have any other information for us, you can go ahead and meet us. We have locations all over the Sword Coast.
What's your motivation against Blade's gang?
They are entrenching upon property that had ought to belong to our people.
And who are your people? And who are your people?
Why would we best be telling you?
I thought you said we had similar motivations. Maybe I can help you. Maybe we can help each other.
We are the Sewer Rats. Bit of a standing name. It changes so often. I believe that's our current one. Sewer Rats, was it? Yeah, Sewer Rats. Yeah, we're the Sewer Rats.
Doesn't seem like you have much organization.
We travel between different cities. Keeping up changing name is important to not becoming a recognizable thing. We have locations in Baldur's Gate, Waterdeep, and we're looking to move into Scornooble. Would you happen to have any information of value?
No. Are you a criminal gang?
Our business could be considered criminal by some, mind you. We prefer to think of ourselves as entrepreneurs of a sort. Speaking of which, take the racks back there, and the tiefling starts going over the workbench with magical stuff on it.
Understandable.
Now, we like to use methods a bit more subtle, let's say, than Blade. A knife in someone is hardly, this long pause, meant for later. A knife in someone is hardly necessary if you need to kill them. Our main goal is an eventual splitting of power from major groups while making it seem as if we are not the ones splitting the power.
We may have similar goals.
It says, here, take this should you happen to come into contact with anything that could be helpful. And he hands you a small wooden whistle. Just head into the off alley of any one of the towns we mentioned, blow the whistle if anything regarding Blade comes up, and we should be able to help you out. He's currently out of town, according to those men you were just talking to, but we feel his methods are a bit messy. You're gonna be able to find your way home if we let you out of here?
Oh, I know this area well. I probably will not stay in this area for very long because, as you've seen, I have a reputation.
That's a smart move there. Here's you go, he says. He hands you a knife and 2 vials of poison. Get this in a enemy cut for a non-lethal solution to your problems, if it comes to that. It's also good for removing 6 hours of memory.
I'll keep that in mind.
He gives you a knife that sort of has a ridge dug into it. You recognize that's for easy distribution of poison. Just change that a bit.
Oh, okay.
And then the tiefling looks at you and says, hey, you're the fellow with the rat, right?
Yes. How did you know that?
Don't worry, he's fine. He's up in your room. I fed him some. And he throws you a bunch of berries still on the stem. Take good care of your rat, eh?
Will do. Why do you have such an interest in my rat?
Consider it a company policy to be interested in the sewer animals, will ya?
Understood.
And then 5 more gang members run in. You see the dwarf and the tiefling both quickly sort of morph into a human-rat hybrid, and then a small fight breaks out. The Blades gang quickly ends up stabbed and bitten, and then shortly after decapitated. You notice that the 2 were-rats were stabbed, but by the end of the battle, their wounds are healed already. Then they turn to you and say, sometimes things get a bit messy, and you do have to deal with that. And then they turn into full giant rat forms, end up running off. This battle would take a lot longer if we were actually playing it out for this.
Well, since I'm not participating in it.
Yeah.
Lots of rolling.
You hear some more screams from down the hallway, and then the dwarf comes back. He says, sorry about that. Hope we didn't scare you, kid.
Nothing scares me anymore.
You may still be in business. Just take that whistle and blow should you want to join up. We do offer our cert qualities to new members, but if you don't want that to happen to you, that's entirely reasonable. He doesn't.
I'm actually interested.
He doesn't seem to be one for word too much as he is for stabbing.
I'd be interested in joining up and possessing these qualities.
Right. Well, we would be able to give you a by-the-book introduction at a later date. Possibly in Baldur's Gate is where our main headquarters are. It would be very uncouth of me to initiate a member off the books. You know what I mean. However, head to Baldur's Gate one of those nights. Just go and blow the whistle, and down by the piers, someone will be with you shortly.
I'll keep that in mind.
Alright, the grate's still smashed. You should be able to get out of there without a problem. We need to take care of this building.
Okay, I will maybe see you at another date.
Righto.
I make my way out and find my way back to my hotel room, or my tavern, inn room, whatever.
It's gonna be a hotel room with the price you paid for it.
Yeah, 5-star tavern.
5-star tavern. Yeah, they have fine wine on tap.
It's actually in tap, there's a faucet in your room instead of...
Yeah. Alrighty, so now you have the good rat whistle. And that'll be the end of this particular side quest. And